Hey everybody, it's Stock Picks by Tim, and in this video we're going to go over some chip stocks because we do have a bill coming out. It's going to get voted on Tuesday. We're going to look at some levels on the charts, some specific semiconductors that I'm likely going to be watching, also some potential breakout trades, and let's get right into it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me bring you up to speed on this chip bill. So they're saying they're expecting Biden to sign it this summer. It looks like they did adjust it, turn it into a $52 billion slimmed down bill, and Intel was actually mentioned. I want to look over the actual bill and see if Intel is specifically mentioned, but in this article Intel's mentioned, and we are going to look at Intel in a second. I'm going to show you some levels there, but it's not only the $52 billion for semiconductor manufacturers, but also another $200 billion going towards tax credits. And here's Pat Gelsinger of Intel. 10 days ago, we took delivery of the land in Ohio for our new mega fab. We have equipment in place and have started prep work for beginning major construction, but we're still waiting on Congress to act. So this does directly affect Intel, it looks like, because they were clearly expecting some money for their Ohio semiconductor factory. So regardless of if this chip bill passes, fails, whatever happens with it, I do still expect some hype, at the very least leading up into Tuesday. So let's look at a couple of levels on the chart here. We're going to start off with Intel, and we're just going to move on down the line. Now looking at Intel first, we do have a clear resistance. We're about to break out of it. I want to see us break $39. Better yet on a breakout of 40, but you could definitely play 39 up to 40, see how it does to 40, and then if it breaks out of 40. What I like to do typically when playing breakouts is being very, very quick to scalp and playing the different levels individually. But you can see we have a clear resistance right around $39. Very likely that if we push 39, we're going to come up to 40. It might become a resistance. That's where I'd take profits until a break of 40 and then get in with a new call. Get in with a new contract, or even just ride the shares. But you can tell Intel's in a clear uptrend and it may continue. Just keep an eye on it. Next up, I wanted to talk about Indi Semiconductors. This is a very small one, but we do have a resistance here at about 610. If we do break this, it's very likely we'll push higher. But you can see right now we have a very beautiful W finishing up. We'll see where it goes from here. It might kind of peter off for a little bit and then break that 610. But that is what I'll be looking out for, specifically 610, a break of 610. But when playing breakouts, I would more specifically go for something higher volume like AMD, Intel, something of that nature. Nvda, we're going to look at that in a second. But with Indi, I could definitely see a little bit of hype leading up coming into this chip bill, especially if just chips in general all rise this week. So keep a close eye on Indi. If you're not familiar with Indi, I highly recommend you check them out. They've got a great executive team, growing revenue, constantly giving good guidance, giving good outlooks. Highly recommend you look into them. Next up, I wanted to mention AMD, and I have previously mentioned that, we want to see this break 80, and sure enough we did. It is continuing further, and it's been in a nice uptrend since about the 12th of July. I do think that this will continue next week, and I personally want to see that it holds 80. I want to see that it holds it as a support and then continues higher. And just looking back before our huge run up, you'll see that we have a pretty clear resistance right around $85. Of course, it's a psychological number, and that's what I expect moving forward, so that we're going to probably find resistance here at about $85. But I do see us next week getting at least to about 85. Now finally, looking at Nvda, this one did not break out yet, but I think it is about to. It is getting very, very close to that $160. Once we break 160, I do think it's going to push further. So keep an eye on this one. It has been continuing in an uptrend, and it created its most recent low at 5th of July. But I do think Nvda can continue further. But what do you guys think about these chip stocks? Do you think we're going to get a huge week next week for the chips? Do you think we're going to have a false breakout? Do you think we're just going to find resistance there and just fall down? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know what you're playing next week. Thanks so much, guys. Take it easy.